Brood Lords.
Oh, that's a lot, man. And Mana does have a little bit of a bank. He has 1.7k minerals, but he basically has no more gas. It's not like you're going to be remaxing against Broodlords with Zealots, so he has to be so careful and so cost efficient here with this army. I like that Bly recognized that his opponent had better upgrades and went for a double evolution chamber as well. Oh, and the Broodlords moving out in front of the army here, but Mana deciding not to engage, recognizing the fake X.
Here comes the Broodlord, pop, as the Archon start popping away and down for the Broodlord. The stock is not still up, he needs to get to the back, Broodlords and every bloody on the way. Mana will establish a full base, but 8 Ultralisks, that is a lot. Let's check the upgrades for these Ultralisks. They do have +3 attack. They only have +1 armor at the moment. They do not have +2, they do not have the plating, so they're going to be quite weak, to be honest. Archons are so damn good against Ultralisks, and Mana's got a full base. Mana is fighting this at the moment. Going to be able to try and pick off this base. If he can pick it off and get out, would be the best thing, but he doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to pick it off and risk his army, because he knows his tournament life is on the line here. But already Immortals are being made. Mana's going to go from the left-hand side. He's going to be able to pick up that expansion. He's going to take the gamble. 3 Ultras get slaughtered on the way, and that hatchery will fall.
The fourth base now being terrorized as well from Bly. Going to try and get into that crow line, get as many kills as possible, but there are a couple of Zealots able to stop that from happening, and Mana is now in the supply lead by about 20. Bly, he's finding very difficult waters he's sailing through here as Mana gets the engagement he was looking for to launch himself back into the game, but he has to hold on to his fourth base at all costs because Bly is still continuing to mine more than the Protoss.
This Ultralisk switch was probably a bad idea here by Bly. They're too weak. They have +1 armor. They're researching their plating to give an extra 2, but he doesn't have +2 carapace either, so this is actually not going to be as well or go as well as he hopes. 148 supply for Mana. He's got a very strong army. They have +3 attack. A new base has been taken, and Mana's playing an absolutely fantastic game here. And we're going to have to find out how Bly's going to take this. Is he going to rush across? Is he going to use the Ultras? Is he going to wait to further upgrade their armor? Or is he not? 7 infestors are coming down. Unfortunately for Mana, that's going to die. Oh, that's going to be a way to kill it.
Wow. That's a little bit fancy there coming out of Bly, but Neuraling the War Prism and using the Grub just to finish off the job there, I guess as good as any, but he needed to be careful. At the end of that last engagement, he had 1 infestor left on the entire map, Apollo, and he's had to remake a whole bunch of them now. He does have 4, but because they only just popped out, he needs some time for them to get enough energy before the next engagement as well, and Bly cannot afford another engagement like he did previously. He's actually doing teams to Broodlords here, which I like. I'm not 100% certain I want to see him go pure Ultra here.
Alright, so a lot of lanes on the left-hand side here looking for that expansion. A single Stalker's going to guard it, and this is a big win for Bly, who goes immediately for the Nexus, and immediately Zealots and Templar get ult in here. We're not just Zealots and Bly, but the Nexus is going to fall. +3 Zoo, he's going to bring that down easy peasy with Mana. Chasing down this army. Good fungal there by Bly to prevent the inevitable, which is going to be the death of these Ultras. They're just not good enough in this game. 4 more Broodlords are coming in, Immortals in the mixture. 2 there, a 3rd on the way. And Mana is just making the better army here. He's got better upgrades, he's got better army composition. And Bly realizes that Ultras was a bad idea, only build on those certain ones, and he's gone back over to Broodlords.
It's probably a good thing from as well as Broodlords, by the way, are at 2-1 flyer upgrades as well. So he hasn't neglected those. He has been continuously using those evolution chambers. Still needs +2 missile attacks and ground characters on this line, but he's not going to be building any more Ultralisks by the looks of things. He's back up to 175 supply versus the 188 of Mana. And, well, the worker supply is almost irrelevant right now as long as both sides have enough workers. He just needs to make sure there are enough mineral patches to mine from at this stage. So Mana wanting to keep that 4th base alive. It's been denied God knows how many times in this game. And the Wings coming back once again to the top left. But nothing's mining there yet, and there is half an army there to greet him.
Yeah, nice 1-2 by Bly, sending the Ultras to the natural, trying to hope that Mana would pull everything, expecting the entire army to be there to send the Lings then to that 5th base, but unfortunately Mana already had static units there just waiting. If now cannons are complete,
sleep, that's not really going to be contested anymore. So Mana has established his 5th base in this game and will be at a mine a lot. He's starting back money now too as he's approaching 200 supply. That gas will start to back up. He can reinforce the composition is just absolutely fantastic here for Mana. But even with an observer coming on, he's going to start picking off these creature tumors, preventing map control, map vision for Bly. And Mana's fighting an epic game here, 1-0 behind. Tournament life consistently on the line. Remember at the start of this game, he built 4 cannons because he was blind, he had no idea. And now he's on 5 bases. The cannons still remain, of course, but look at this army. 2 Vortex should be available by now on that mothership. And Mana's ready to take this fight here.
Bly has rediscovered the upgrade buttons as all the remaining upgrades get put out at the same time, but they're not going to finish by the time this engagement starts. We have some links and the Ultras moving in quickly here, but the Vortex going down for Mana. He still has one more kill. What will the units in the Vortex look like when they pop out? We do have a couple of Archons here. Do they get the damage required? Yes, 3 Archons kill off a lot of the Brood Lords, and I think Bly
to stay. With a hatchery going down, he is in a fantastic position. 170 to supply to 100. He's got the 4th and 5th base has managed to stay alive. 107 supply versus 44. And Mana wants to go to game 3. He wants to be a 3-time DreamHack finalist and wanting that history written down with 2 times being a champion. If he can make it and be able to beat his next opponent in the finals. But right now, Bly stuck on useless units. What are Link's going to do at this stage of the game? Absolutely nothing against what Mana has out. And Mana traded so efficiently with money in the bank. He's replenished what he lost and is almost ready to go again. He may wait for the mothership to 100% confirm his victory. It is a risk maybe to go without. Or if he's feeling confident, he can do moves like this. 1, 2, and 3. Almost infestors go down.
And the number of infestors out on the field still for Bly is all the way back at 1, ladies and gentlemen, and without that infestor support, Bly is going to struggle with almost any army composition that he can muster up in the next minute or 2. He's got 24 links and 5 Brood Lords morphing in, a decent amount of upgrades coming through, but they're upgrades on an increasingly dwindling number of units here. Mana up to effectively maxed at 192 against 130 from Bly, and he's having hatcheries denied all over the place now as he gets pushed back to his half of the map.
Really good control there by Mana, picking off what he can while he can. As he makes his movement through the middle again. Will want to eventually take that right-hand side base. He's going to play this out long, just clearing up the green, knowing that he doesn't want to risk anything. He can't risk anything if he's not taking a fight. Remember, fights can go poorly sometimes. And it all depends on, he doesn't know how much money Bly really has backed up. Bly's been on like 5 bases, 6 bases the entire game, so...
And a classic 35-minute Zealot charge popping down as well for Mana, just really more of a luxury than anything with this army at the moment. He is 50 supply ahead, let's not forget, and let's see what he's going to be able to do with this. He's actually taken out a lot of the creatures on the left-hand side of the map, so he's denied Bly vision of army movement there, and that's going to make Bly just a little bit more nervous. He's got some Brood Lords out between the natural hands and the 3rd base location as well now, and a couple of changes going to be going into this army, but every single one gets picked up very promptly indeed. And Mana's just waiting. There we go. The mothership has joined up with the army. I think he's going to be going soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I said, at this level of Stracraft, you are allowed to spoon it up a couple of times, alright? You're allowed to take your time. You do not want to throw this away. If he throws it away, it will be the biggest mistake of his life for sure. So right now, slowly but surely, marching his way down, looking for the best angle, the best position, the fight that says you can win this 120%. And that is what Mana's looking for right now, is Bly struggling to rebuild an army. He has got a decent amount of Brood Lords, but compared to the army that's there, that's where last lot of Spike Corps going to go down, or drones going down, should I say.
The hatchery is amusingly going to survive for another couple of seconds, but I think Mana is going to dispatch off that as well indeed. Not even a cancel going down on that hatch now. Bly really on his last legs, a couple of units morphing in at the bottom right location. Archon and a couple of Zealots. I think that will get cleaned up, but the real problem for him is this massive army bearing down on his board right now, continuing to design those creatures. And here we go, moving in the mothership in tow as well. 187 to 1 at 12 supply now. Great storm going off and feedbacks on the infestors. A vortex Not catching all of the Brood Lords. There are still at least 5 here, but blinking forward, not carrying. Good fungal growth from Bly, but it might not be enough. 101 to 154 supply. A lot of Archons in the back here as well, going into the Vortex, and whatever's in there is about to get completely crushed.
Absolutely domination here by Mana, crushing through a lot here. 3 Brutals will remain, a handful of Lings that won't do anything here. Stalkers blink under the Brutals, looking to finish this game off. Mana fighting right to the core here of the Zerg army. Brutals are getting attacked by Archons, they will fall down. That is it, the army is gone. 70 supply left, only Lings remaining. Not many